Sound. Reflection of sound. Reflection of sound. Now, we know that sound propagates in the form of a wave, right? What type of wave is it? A longitudinal wave. The wave can be described by its characteristics such as wavelength, frequency, amplitude, and so on. Now let us see what happens when this wave hits an obstacle. You know what happens when a ray of light hits an obstacle. It reflects. Sound gets reflected at the surface of a solid or liquid and follows the same laws of reflection. What is the first law of reflection? When a ray of light falls on a reflecting surface such as a mirror, the incident ray, the reflected ray, and the normal all lie in the same plane. The exact same thing happens with sound. What is the second law of reflection? The angle of reflection is equal to the angle of incidence. The exact same thing happens with sound. Let's do this. Read activity 12.5 on page 167. The directions in which the sound is incident, that is made to fall on, and is reflected, that is thrown back, make equal angles with the normal at the point of incidence on the reflecting surface. What is a normal? The line intersecting the given surface at right angles. What is reflecting surface? The surface on which the sound is made to fall on. Now here's something very interesting about the reflection of sound and how our ear works. When your ear hears a sound and sends it to the brain stores it for some time, for about 1/10 of a second. That doesn't seem to be a lot of time, does it? Now, imagine yourself standing at one end of a silent, large, empty room. And then you clap your hands. And you hear the clap immediately because, hey, it's your hands that did the clapping. And the sound you made traveled in all directions and hit the walls and reflected back to your ears. So, your ears hear the sound again. Now, the sound travels at the speed of 344 meters per second and the room is about 80 meters wide. So, how long does it take for the sound of your clap to reach the wall? Time is equal to distance upon speed, which is equal to 80 upon 344, which is equal to 0.2 seconds. So, it takes 0.2 seconds for the sound of your clap to reach the wall. If the sound takes 0.2 seconds to reach the wall, it then has to bounce back and travel all the way back to your ear. This is another 0.2 seconds. So, it comes back to your ear after about 0.4 seconds. If the sound takes 0.4 seconds to travel all the way back to your ear, and your brain remembers it for the first 0.1 seconds, then you hear your own earlier clap again after 0.3 seconds. Wow! What is that? That is an echo. Sound reflects well off hard surfaces such as metal sheets, wood, walls, cliffs, and so on. It is called an echo. Can we get an echo of any sound we make? No. There are some conditions that have to happen in order to hear an echo. Let's see what they are. To get an echo, the sound must go to the obstacle and revert back to the listener's ear after a minimum of 0.1 seconds. Sound in brain. Sound reflected. Less than 0.1 seconds. Here, the gap is more than 0.1 seconds. The red line shows where the sound reflected. Then, you can hear the same sound after a gap. Therefore, you hear an echo. What happens if the gap is less than 0.1 seconds? The new sound overlaps the sound in the brain. So, you don't hear it as a separate sound. Therefore, no echo. To get an echo, the sound must go to the obstacle and revert back to the listener's ear after a minimum of 0.1 seconds. If the gap is less than 0.1 seconds, then the brain is already playing the earlier sound, so it can't make out that the sound has come again. The gap is needed for the brain to register it as a separate sound or echo. If the gap is less than 0.1 seconds, the new sound overlaps the old sound in the brain. And this sound again stays in the brain for 0.1 seconds. So, the sound seems to be longer. This is called a reverberation. You must have visited big auditoriums for some speech or musical concert. The sound gets prolonged in such huge areas. That is because there is reverberation. Now you know what it means. Reverberation happens due to the repeated reflection of sound. Would you like to hear such reverberation during a musical concert? No. So, what can you do to stop reverb? We want to reduce reflection. So we need to have materials on the roof, walls and floor that absorb sound. When you go to the movie theatre or if you go to a play in an auditorium, check out what the walls and roof are made of. The material of the sitting chairs is also soundproof. We don't want to have reverb when we are watching a movie or a play or a musical concert. But reverb is useful in some situations. You can read the textbook to figure out why. Let's do this. Try to answer the in-text question number 1 on page 168. Page 168, question 1. What do you have to do? You have to find the distance between the reflecting surface and the source. What is given to you? The echo gap, speed of sound. How can you do it? Find out the distance travelled in the gap and divide it by 2. Get all units in the SI system and solve. V is equal to 342 meters per second. T is equal to 3 seconds. Distance is unknown. Let's divide the time by 2, so we get T is equal to 1.5 seconds. All units are in SI, so we can solve. V is equal to D upon T. Therefore, D is equal to V into T, which is equal to 342 into 1.5, which is equal to 513 meters. Hence, the reflecting surface is 513 meters away. Let's do this. Try to answer the in-text question number 1 on page 169. Page 169, question 1. Why are the ceiling of concert halls curved? The ceiling of concert halls are made curved because the sound after reflecting from the curved ceiling reaches all the parts of the hall. The curved ceiling acts like a large soundboard and reflects sound down to the audience sitting in the hall. Let's do this. Let us solve textbook questions on pages 174 and 175. Question 10. Does sound follow the same laws of reflection as light does? Explain. Yes, sound follows the same laws of reflection as that of light. This is because 1. Angle of incidence in case of sound waves is always equal to that of angle of reflection of sound waves. 2. The direction in which sound is incident, the direction in which it is reflected, and the normal all lie in the same plane. Read question 11 on page 174. D is equal to distance between reflecting surface and source. V is equal to speed of sound in air. Therefore, the echo will be heard after time t is equal to 2d upon v. On a hotter day, speed of sound increases with increase in temperature. Hence, the time after which an echo is heard increases. Question 12. Give 2 practical applications of reflection of sound waves. You can write any reasons that are given in the book, section 12.3.3, or do some research and find more. Question 15. What is reverberation? How can it be reduced? You can read the section 12.3.2 and write this answer in your own words. Let's do this. Try to answer question 14 on page 174. Read question 14 on page 174. We are given speed is equal to 339 meters per second. Wavelength is equal to 1.5 centimeters, which is equal to 0.015 meters. Now, speed is equal to wavelength into frequency. Therefore, 339 meters per second is equal to 0.015 meters into frequency. Hence, frequency is equal to 339 upon 0.015, which is equal to 22,600 Hz. It is greater than 20,000 Hz, so it will not be audible to human ear, as the audible range of sound for human beings is from about 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz. Read question 20 on page number 174. We are given total time is equal to 5 seconds. Hence, time for the signal to go from submarine to the object is equal to 2.5 seconds. Time for the signal to come back is equal to 2.5 seconds. Distance is equal to 3,625 meters. Now, speed of sound in water is equal to distance covered by sound upon time, which is equal to 3,625 upon 2.5, which is equal to 1,450 meters per second. Hence, the speed of sound is 1,450 meters per second.
If you like our videos, do share them and subscribe to our channel. If you want awesome quizzes, write to us. Keep watching and keep learning with Walnut.